Ndewo kekime. Aha m bụ Ijoma, onye na-ewetara gị nkụzi Igbo. My name is Ijoma and I bring you Igbo lessons. Ndewo. Hello. Ndewo. Taa, ihe m chọrọ ime bụ cherekwa ka m tinye microphone. Okay. So ihe nchọrọ ikwu maka ya bụ Igbo Speakers Bootcamp. Igbo Speakers Bootcamp ka m chọrọ ikwu maka ya. Okay, I want to talk about the Igbo Speakers Bootcamp. Okay, you may or you may not have heard, but I will explain and I'll answer the common questions that come up. And the reason nji ekwu maka ya bụ maka na anyị emepela ndenye aha. Ihe m ji ekwu maka ya is because registration is open. So, gịnị bụ Igbo Speakers Bootcamp? Igbo Speakers Bootcamp bụ a group coaching program, okay? Ebe m na-akpọkọta mmadụ ise kụziere ha n'otu group. Yeah, so I teach 5 people in the group in the Igbo Speakers Bootcamp. Yeah, so I typically have 5. For this particular one, what I've planned is 5 people in the beginners group, 5 people in the upper beginners class or the intermediate class. So then when does registration start? It's already started, okay? Registration is on. It actually closes in 2 days, 26th of May, Tuesday. Registration in Michi. So this bootcamp is for, let me share a screen. It will make it easier to explain who it's for. Okay. So hopefully I've seen the screen. So the goal in the bootcamp is for you to become conversationally fluent in 12 weeks. Okay, 12 weeks. And you get bidon on June 2nd. That's when the class starts, June 2nd. And you may June, July, August. And by the end of that time, if you've put in the work, done your homework, showed up for classes, especially if you're not brand new, you should be able to be conversational fluent. If you're brand new, you should have made some headway as well. And I have a plan for after the bootcamp where you can continue to get conversationally fluent. Oh no, what am I doing? Okay, so who is the bootcamp for? If you're learning Igbo so you can connect with your loved ones, you've tried other means, you've tried to do it by yourself and it's getting frustrating and you want some help, this is for you. If you want to learn it so you can teach your children, the bootcamp is for you. Okay, if your partner, your spouse speaks Igbo and you want to communicate with them more and your in-laws, then bootcamp is for you. Okay, so it's live, it's online. We meet via the Zoom app. On this page, so this is the page I've linked in this video to take you to the bootcamp. So you see people that have gone through my program, so they think. So this testimony is from Promise. Promise actually wrote this himself in Igbo. Okay, so what will you get in the bootcamp? Like I said, it's over 12 weeks. You get coaching, come on live, instant feedback, right? You get also pre-recorded lessons that you can study on your own. And let me show you what that one looks like. Let's share another screen. So if I share this one. Okay, so this is the bootcamp course. So the bootcamp is kind of twofold. There's already a course for you, and then there's a live session to help you speak. So it's like 2 in 1, not just a course, but a course plus support. So you're actually speaking. So if you go into the course material, this is what you will see. And I want you to start on the left. So look at, well, just looking at the screen, going down is the main curriculum. And we'll deal with alphabets, verbs, grammar, and all that, asking questions, verbs, conjunctions, and all that. However, the bootcamp has more, not just what you're seeing. If you go on the left, if you can see the screen, it says included courses. Included courses, if we go in there, you can see all you have inside. So this is in addition to what I already showed you. Okay, that curriculum is there, but in addition to that, you're getting the quiz. If you're a beginner, this is where you come. If you're intermediate, that's your quiz. And then when we do our lessons, I record them, and you can come in here and see your recordings, and you can actually download the audio version. I have another mini course for beginners, which is also there. So you have access to this. When you get in the bootcamp, this is also a bonus for you, okay? You have the pronunciation course, you have the weekly challenges, and this is different from the homework I give you. Again, let me stop sharing this. I'm back to myself, yeah. So that's the bootcamp in a nutshell, okay? And I'll go ahead and be asking questions. Natasha and Deo. Deo. And if you're on Facebook, I'm not able to see the comment sections. If you're commenting there as well, because but I can see the comments on YouTube. So I've told you what the bootcamp is. When does it start? We start 2nd of June. Registration ends in 2 days, and then we start the week after. When do we meet? We meet on Tuesdays. So remember, there are 2 classes. So one class meets at 9 p.m., the other class meets at 10 p.m., and this is all British summertime. The equivalent in Eastern EST is so it's 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. EST. Yeah, one group meets at 4 p.m., the other group meets at 5 p.m. EST every week for 12 weeks. And there are bonuses. When you go on the page, you see there are bonus, other things that are added, especially for after the bootcamp, because I get the question, what happens after the bootcamp? So there is a plan for you after the bootcamp. We don't just leave you alone. What other question? Well, I get this question a lot about dialects. Oh, I speak a number of dialects. Are you going to teach me? Are you going to tell me the equivalents? Okay, so what I teach is Central Igbo. And Central Igbo is the same that is taught in Nigerian schools because there's so many dialects, okay? So they've come together and sort of made a central one that most people understand, most people speak it. And that is what I teach. Having said that, if I'm teaching you and I meet a word that I know the different equivalents, maybe I know what it is in Anambra, I know what it is in Imo or Enugu, I'll let you know, okay? And especially if you ask. And if I don't know, I'll find out, or we will both go and find out, of course. So yeah, during the teaching, if I know them, I'll let you know. And you can also, I can put it as part of your homework, yeah? And we'll find out together. But the main thing I teach is Central Igbo. That's, and what I have from my clients, because I have clients all the time, they ask these questions, but I've had clients that it wasn't their dialect, and then they've done well. Because what Central Igbo helps you to do is it helps you communicate with other people as well that are not from your village, okay? And once you know the Central Igbo, knowing your dialect is easier, actually, because you then get a feel for the differences and where the things change. I'll give you an example. Trinitel, Dalo, and Dalo for sharing. Okay, Ife, good. Ife means something in Anambra. Central Igbo is Ihe. Can you see? There's not much. Just swap H for an F. So Ihe is something. Ife is also something. Okay. So another person might say Kedifineme, which is what are you doing? Kedifineme or Keifineme. Central Igbo is Keihineme. So it's not that different. Keihineme. Okay, the other thing is Oru. Oru is work. In Anambra, it is Olo. So if I say Kemakoro, which is how it's work, and another person will say Kemakolo. So there's not much difference. There are some dialects that really have like a lot of difference. But even then, once you know the Central Igbo, then you can when you go to your family and you're trying to get the differences from your people, it's easier. What other question do I get? If you have a question here, meanwhile, ask. What was Oyo? Oh, Trinitel, I do not understand that question. Who was Oyo? I do not know that. Is Oyo somebody's name? Can you tell me what you know, Trinitel? I do not know who Oyo is. What else was I going to say? The other question I get is, what if I'm not able to attend this bootcamp? When next is it? So the next bootcamp is in September. Okay. When we start this one is June, July, August, and the next one is in September. Having said that, if your plan is to speak Igbo, you've made up your mind, why wait? I mean, if we've learned anything in the last few weeks, is to whatever we want to do, let's just start doing it. No? I mean, if there's something you can do, just do it. Unless you have no time, because it's important that you have time to schedule to learn. Then that's different. But if you have the time, why wait until September? The slave master asks who was right, Trinitel, I do not know the answers. Maybe somebody else listening to me, if you know the answer to Trinitel's questions, Biko, help out the sister here. I do not know the answers to those questions. What other questions do I get? Anybody has a question from here? I think so. Most of the information is on the sales page, which I will put the link here. Okay, so if you're planning to join us, if you're ready to speak Igbo with your family, you want to connect more with your people, you want to connect with your identity, connect with who you are, feel a deeper sense of belonging, then the Igbo Speakers Bootcamp is for you. The link is there below for you to have a look. And I'll be excited to support you. If you decide to join, I'm going to call the now so Igbo.